KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. We're in Manchester ahead of the Altrincham show this Friday night live on the Zone, the debut of Pat Barrett, but also the much anticipated clash between Cameron VUONG and Jordan FLYNN. Nigel, Travis, how are you?
Very, very, very busy, very happy, very blessed, very, very blessed.
Talk to me about the show.
For our gym, it's a great show. Starting off with Conor Tusbury having his second fight, then the much anticipated fight with Cameron and Jordan and Pat's debut. So again, three varying amounts of pressure, but the kids, I believe, are favourites to win. I believe all of them, and I understand again the contentious one that people may come back at me at is Jordan FLYNN versus Cameron VUONG, which gets the juices flowing. It really does, and really the media that's gone on, the smack talking, whatever it's called, the shouting and screaming at each other, it obviously works because that's where we are. And I think it's got an interesting fight, but one that I'm entirely confident that Cameron will win.
It has been dubbed as kind of the most cursed fight over the last year or so, and there was points where you probably thought this just ain't going to happen for whatever reason, but we are here. Let's touch wood, I'll touch you. You can touch me. It's fine. But the fight will happen obviously this Friday night, and in a way they can kind of just whatever happens, obviously move on. Obviously you're backing your man, but it's it's been dragging on for that long. Is what I meant. Yeah,
definitely, and really they do need to put it to bed. You know, so and as you say, one way or another, it gets settled on Friday evening, and I'm backing my man, and I just think it's the level, and again, it's no, I don't do the smack talk. I don't need to. I've let them two get on with all that. But you know, it's been talked about that much. You know, as I said, you're bored with talking right now. People have asked questions and genuinely didn't think it'd happen because, you know, ups and downs, and it's been scheduled, as you say. But injuries do happen, and I'm glad it's happening so they can, you know, because it does bring a bit of needle, a bit of spite, and a bit more eyes on it. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. That is this Friday night live on the Zone. Friday, everyone getting to here. It's Friday, not Saturday, obviously. What other fights are you looking forward to this first kind of quarter of 2025?
Well, I think the bill itself, all 8 fights. I'm not just this actual show, and I think it's testament to Matchroom. You know, they seem to be. Obviously, everyone's riding high now since the Saudi thing came in. Everyone seems to be doing well, but obviously, I'm interested in the fight game, and I watch boxing. You know, some people, when they're not working, they stay as far away from it as possible. But it's part of my life. It's what I've done since I was a baby. Since my dad first took me into a gym as a baby, and it's been part of my life and my family's life. So, it's very, very, very good times with all the, you know, the cross promotional working. I think it's phenomenal, and even the new league, it's only good for boxing. Anything that comes, anybody that brings good things to boxing, you know, they can call him the saviour of the sport. I don't know. They're saying Turkey or Sheikh, saviour of the sport. I think the sport was on a good setting anyway, on a good trajectory, and was doing okay. And I understand that he says he's broken and he's fixing. You know, some things in the sport have been broken, and maybe that's going to change now. But I think it's exciting times for the sport. I genuinely think they were on a whole new level. People were talking about, you know, UFC going above it and all that. Never in a million years. It's the fight game, and we love it.
Would you be a fan of watching Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul?
I don't think it's a fight, and people have. I don't know if it's. It's like they're gonna have to make it. The same as and when Cameron VUONG, when Jordan FLYNN and Cameron VUONG first started out here, you know, I didn't think it would happen because there were different weights, and it's the same with Joshua, Jake Paul, and I don't think it's the fighter, it's the boxer. You know, I've got Conor Tusbury, who's having his second fight, or Pat Brown, who's having his debut tomorrow. I'd back them wholeheartedly against Jake Paul. So I don't know how we're talking about it and why we're talking about it. Would I watch it? Of course I watch it. But I watched Mike Tyson versus Danny Williams years ago, and it was when Danny had the bottom of his soles of his boots sponsored by the Mirror. It was a freak show, and what happened the other week was a freak show with Mike Tyson doing it again. So I don't understand where he's going. Would I watch it? Probably. Would I be excited by it? Not at all. 'Cause I think Joshua is such a great advocate for our sport, but it's also a business, so he's going to earn what he can earn, and good luck to him. I take my hat to all the people who are involved in it, but I'm not involved in it, so and that's the way it'll stay. Although people find themselves morphing into doing other things because the business is growing, because there are so many eyes in it, so it's a wonderful time to be involved in it.
Absolutely. Well, listen, regardless of the Canelo and Jake Paul was close to happening. It didn't happen, but it was close to happening. So Jake Paul against Joshua, you can't say it's insane from not happening, if that makes sense.
Well, and okay, now I'm not involved in the business side of it. I'm not a manager. I'm not a promoter. I don't understand the business side of it. I don't understand the money side of it. I really don't. When they talk about how many notes and all that, it doesn't matter to me. I do this sport because I love this sport. I love it, and I don't understand the business behind it. But if they're going to do it, it's going to sell. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, it was ridiculous, and I wasn't a fan of it at all. Didn't watch it on purpose. I thought I can't slag it and then go, that's tremendous, isn't it? So I tried to remove myself from the situation. But I don't believe that Jake Paul versus Canelo was near to happening. But if you're telling me that it was, or other people are telling me, and I don't know who I'd believe, and you can tell me till they're blue in the face and say it was close. What's Canelo got a whole lot of his money, I believe. But you can never have too much money. And maybe you can never have too much money. So it is just business. But I believe that you are enabling him or facilitating him to consider himself to be a boxer. I don't consider him to be a boxer.
All right. Well, look, just from my understanding, that was being heavily considered, and there was a possibility of that happening. But anyway, it didn't happen, so it's irrelevant. But listen, the press conference is going to begin shortly. We'll catch up with you again at some point this week. Nigel Travis, thank you very much for your time, my friend.
As always, God bless you, sir.